11 News starts with breaking news.
And we begin with a family tragedy unfolding in Beaver County, where police say a son killed his father. The crime scene, a home on Fezzle Road in Freedom. And Channel 11's Joe Arena joins us live with the breaking details there. Joe?
Yeah, good afternoon, Gordon. We just learned actually a few seconds ago, that a press conference will be held at 3 o'clock today. We're obviously going to be on top of that. But what we can tell you right now is that one man is in custody here at the New Sewickley Township Police Department here in Beaver County. Police tell us this man drove from Massachusetts at some point in the last 24 hours, arrived here in Beaver County and killed his father. This happened at a home, as you said, Gordon, in the 600 block of Fezzle Road in Freedom. We have a crew working that scene right now for information. We're told state police is also out there, and we're obviously working to find out this man's age, who is in custody here at the Township Police Department, and also what motivated him to drive nearly 600 miles to kill his father. We'll have updates throughout the day on air and online, and it all starts with a live report at 5 p.m. tonight. Live in Beaver County, Joe Arena, Channel 11 News.
All right, thanks, Joe. And more breaking news now. The health department is opening up 3 more COVID-19 vaccine clinics in Allegheny County. A temporary clinic will open at the Peterson Event Center on Pitt's campus. A targeted outreach clinic will be set up at the Central Baptist Church in the Hill District. And a clinic will be going in at the gym at the Ross Township Community Center. All 3 will be open by the end of the month by appointment only. The Monroeville and Castle Shannon clinics will remain open. More breaking news now. County Executive Rich Fitzgerald has vetoed a paid sick days bill. Not because he's against it, but because he says County Council did not follow the proper process in passing the bill. According to policy, the Board of Health needs to okay that bill first and then submit it to county commissioners. Under the bill, businesses with more than 25 employees would have to provide 5 paid sick days. Fitzgerald says the issue is too important for the bill to be done the wrong way, and he now wants the health department to take up the measure.
I've been really excited to see things get back to normal.
We are very excited. It's been a long year.
Excitement is building after the governor announced plans to ease more COVID restrictions. It starts on April 4th. That's Easter Sunday. The governor making the change because COVID cases are going down and vaccination rates are going up in the state. Here's what is changing. Self-certified businesses will now be able to open at 75% capacity. You'll still have to wear a mask when you go in and stay socially distant when you go anywhere from bars to restaurants to salons and gyms.
I was down like 80%. I didn't know how I was going to survive. But I'm thankful that Pittsburgh is like a great city. They help support local businesses.
We just persevered and just we're very, very fortunate to have such great clients that stuck with us.
And here are 2 other changes. You can sit at the bar now or have a drink without getting food. Outdoor events can go to 50%, while indoor gatherings can go up to 25%. This will have a big impact on pro sports fans in Pittsburgh. Restrictions will be eased just in time for the Pirates home opener on April 8th. The Pirates had planned to play that game with 20% of the PNC Park capacity, but now that will be increased to 50%, or about 19,000 people. The Penguins' first home game under the new rules set for April 15th. This month, the team has been playing in front of about 2,800 fans. With the new figures, that will bring their maximum attendance up to just under 4,600 fans. A lot of changes are coming, and we have continuing coverage online at WPXI.com and on the WPXI News app. In the past hour, the Allegheny County Health Department updated us on COVID cases, and they are reporting 306 new cases since yesterday. A massive water main break caused a Pittsburgh street to open up, and at least 1 home was flooded. That break ripped apart Parkwood Road in Arlington this morning. And Channel 11's Alyssa Raymond spoke with neighbors about their surprise wake-up call.
This is Parkwood Road. A lot of people live right along this street, and they said that they woke up to the sound of rushing water. You can see what it looks like now, but we got out here around 4 o'clock this morning, and this is what it looked like then.
It looks like White Rapids. It keeps bubbling up. I mean, just big waves.
Karen Thurner woke up to the sound of gushing water. So did Snooks Beekle and Jennifer Wilson. The rushing water caused the road to collapse in sections and even poured into at least 1 home at the end of the street. Pennsylvania American Water says a 16-inch line broke on Parkwood Road near Mountain Avenue. Snooks Beekle has lived in this area for nearly 50 years. She says this isn't the first time she's seen a break like this.
We get up and laugh about it. These things happen all the time.
It's not a big shock. Not having the water's an inconvenience, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is the worst I've ever seen it.
As you could see from just looking behind me, it's going to take some time to fix this. I'm checking in with Penn American Water to find out how many people are impacted by this and how long the repairs are going to take. I'm working on that part of the story for you for today at 5. Reporting in Pittsburgh's Arlington neighborhood, Alyssa Raymond, Channel 11 News.
Some hit or miss rain this morning and more scattered showers this afternoon. Let's head over to meteorologist Danielle Dozier now in Severe Weather Center 11.
Good afternoon, Gordon. Right now, we're taking a look over the city. We've got that mostly cloudy sky. We're dry right now. The temperature is up to 49 degrees. Wind chill at 47. That's due to a wind at 5 miles per hour. Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar. Some of that spotty rain we had out there earlier is now off to the east, and you can see that pushing toward the Hagerstown area. Meanwhile, we're dealing with a couple of dry hours here before more rain returns later this afternoon. It's chillier in Indiana at 45, but in Washington, you're up to 50 already. Today in Pittsburgh, I think we make it to the lower 50s with a south wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we will keep a mostly cloudy sky around. You may see a few cloud breaks for some sun here and there. I know I did when I was driving into work. Otherwise, we are going to clear out the rain today, and we've got a beautiful St. Patrick's Day on the way. I've got that forecast for you and the timing of the late day rain for today coming up.
All right, thank you, Danielle. The man is in critical condition with burn injuries after an apartment building fire in Wilkinsburg. 10 people escaped the building on Wood Street. The fire was sparked around 2 a.m. and rekindled around 3 hours later. The cause is under investigation. Police are looking for 2 people they think are connected to the death of a man whose body was found inside a burned out house in Beaver County. Orlando Contreras was found Sunday morning at a house on Shenango Road in Big Beaver. He'd been shot several times. Police are looking for Ana de Mireles and Raul Rivera Arroyo. Police already have Eder Ramos in custody. None of them have been charged with homicide at this point. We're trying to learn more about an attempted carjacking in the Hill District that resulted in shots fired. Police were called to Hollis Street at around 8:30 last night. 2 victims in the car drove off and were found close by on Wiley Avenue. A man in the car had cuts on his arm from broken glass. At this point, police have not made any arrests there. We're getting a look inside a clinic that's vaccinating teachers from 3 local counties. More than 1,000 teachers and staff got vaccinated this weekend and yesterday at California Area High School. Organizers say this is a step in the right direction for getting kids back into the classrooms.
This has been a huge blow to our school community, with parents obviously not being able to work and adjust schedules, and we're looking forward to getting all of our students back soon.
The intermediate unit received 3,000 doses from the state and say they gave shots to about 1,400 people. The people running the site say they hope to have most of the eligible workers vaccinated by the end of the week. Families who haven't seen their loved ones at nursing homes in a long time were finally able to give them a hug.
How's everything okay?
You see the emotion right there. They are allowing in-person visits now at the Haven at North Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Center. This is the first time they've been able to visit face-to-face since early December.
I was used to seeing her not every day, but close to it, and always knowing if I needed something, all I had to do was call.
Makes a big difference. Like many families with loved ones in nursing homes, it's been so hard because they've only been able to see each other virtually or through windows, but hopefully this is the start of more in-person visits. There is potentially game-changing news coming out of the fight to vaccinate more people, including children. NBC's Sam Brock has more on that and the growing concerns about a surge of new cases fueled by spring break partying.
Moderna announcing this morning it's officially kicked off the second phase of its Kid Cove study. The company says children less than 12 years old to babies as young as 6 months are getting the first shots. The goal, providing some critical answers on how effective and safe the vaccine will be for the youngest Americans. This as young adults in South Padre Island, spring breakers, throw caution to the wind, gathering in crowds, apparently unafraid of COVID.
I've been around a couple situations where I was closely exposed and nothing happened to me, so I've kind of got over the fear of it.
The Brash Bashes, a boost to local bars.
We're trying to get back to business, trying to get people employed.
But the sometimes uncontrolled scenes from Las Vegas hotspots to the streets of South Beach, raising concerns of another COVID spike.
What's it like at midnight?
It's chaotic. The restaurants close and everyone gets pushed out onto the street. No masks. It's like one big party on the strip. It's a mess.
Public health experts are particularly concerned about highly infectious variants like the UK strain, which is rising in Florida and California and wreaking havoc in Europe.
They simply took their eye off the ball. I'm pleading with you for the sake of our nation's health. These should be warning signs for all of us.
The antidote, beyond social distancing and masking, vaccines. Some 71 million Americans have now received at least one dose.
And perhaps what concerns health experts the most is the fact that once you get to 50% of new cases coming from a new strain, say the UK variant, they say that's when the opportunity presents itself for exponential growth. And in Florida, where I am, in California, across the country, the CDC says the percentage of new cases from the UK variant is now 25% and climbing. All the more reason people are concerned about what's going on here on spring break and all over the U.S. In Miami Beach, Sam Brock, NBC News.
President Joe Biden will be in the Philadelphia area this afternoon, highlighting the benefits of his American Rescue Plan. It's the first stop of his tour. The goal is to explain how this plan will make a difference in the lives of millions of people. It is President Biden's first big swing at delivering on promises to pull the country through the pandemic. The newest Pew Research Center poll found that some 70% of Americans favor the bill, including 41% of Republicans. No GOP lawmakers supported the bill, saying the price tag was too high and targeted too many non-pandemic issues.
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
After singing outside his wife's nursing home window, this couple can finally sing duets again. The emotional reunion coming up. And a combination of things causing super sleepy drivers. The warning about corona-somnia.
And if you like today's temperatures, you're going to really love tomorrow. We'll talk about your St. Patrick's Day forecast. Plus, I'm tracking our next chance for widespread rain.
And a man killed in a motorcycle crash along a busy Route 30. Why police need more than the evidence they've collected so far. Pittsburgh police say they found more than 100 grams of cocaine in a drug bust in Stanton Heights. Officers carried out a search warrant Friday at a house on Woodbine Street. The FBI charged and arrested Gary Wilkinson. Reimagining public safety has been top of mind for years now, and it came back into focus after George Floyd was killed last summer. Last night, local groups held a discussion about how to improve it. According to One Hood Media, African Americans make up 23% of Pittsburgh's population in 2019, but they made up 43% of the traffic stops. Antoine Rose's mother has been pushing for change since her son's death in 2018. She says the social justice work happening in Pittsburgh is a model for other cities.
It just seems like Pittsburgh, for real, we're really like a groundbreaking city, and most people don't even realize it. People are watching us to see what we're doing here.
The group talked to community leaders in Seattle to see if what worked there could also work here. We're learning new details about a deadly motorcycle crash in Westmoreland County. A rider slammed into the back of an SUV along Route 30 in Unity. Channel 11's Melanie Gillespie spoke with state police who are looking for help in solving this case.
Violent motorcycle crash that claimed the life of a Unity Township man over the weekend is still leaving investigators with questions as to exactly what happened, and they'd like witnesses to come forward.
Just to try and confirm the physical evidence that we have from the scene and try and match it up with an actual witness depiction.
Alan Wallace Jr. died when his motorcycle slammed into the back of a Kia SUV on a straightaway on Route 30 in Unity Township Friday night. He was thrown from the bike and was pronounced dead at the scene. But state police say the only drivers to stop were hundreds of yards away from the collision.
One of the things we're noticing from the video surveillance footage is that there should have been a couple vehicles that were traveling fairly closely behind. Not that they would be involved, but would be a good witness to what was transpiring.
Wallace was in a group of 3 motorcycles traveling that stretch of Route 30 around 9 o'clock Friday night. They say a first-hand account of what happened will hopefully give investigators and the victim's family some answers.
I think that we'd be able to answer a lot of those questions and give better closure to the people involved if we're able to, the families involved, to say, hey, this is what a person that was right behind, this is what they saw take place.
If you happen to have a first-hand account of what happened, you're asked to call State Police in Greensburg. Reporting in Westmoreland County, I'm Melanie Gillespie for Channel 11 News.
AAA is spreading the word about super sleepy drivers hitting the roads. They're calling it coronasomnia. They're blaming a combination of losing an hour's sleep to daylight saving time and excessive daytime sleepiness caused by the pandemic's lingering effect. AAA reports drowsy driving is a factor in 10% of crashes. A 130-year-old building on West Main Street in Mount Pleasant is coming down. Last spring, the old Wesley United Methodist Church partially collapsed, and officials told the owner to fix it up or tear it down. The owner told our news partners at the Trib that it was cheaper to simply demolish it. No word on when the work will start. Gusty winds, dry brush, and relatively low humidity has increased the risk of wildfires in western PA, and now the state is stepping in to help some smaller fire companies that don't have the resources to deal with these type of fires. Local firefighting forces in rural areas or communities with fewer than 10,000 people can now qualify for the aid through the Bureau of Forestry. That money can go toward training and buying new equipment.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, if you've been out and about today, you know we had a little bit of spotty activity out there early, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wintry weather depending on your location. And this afternoon, we've been seeing some breaks in the clouds. This is our visible satellite, so it's that instrument in outer space that's looking at our weather from above, and all of that white shaded color you see come across the screen, that's the cloud cover. But if you look closely in the latest scan right through here, just south of the city, you're going to notice a few breaks. So it'll be nice to see a few glimpses of the sun today. Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, though, shows that a batch of rain has pushed out of our area, and we're dry right now. I do expect dry hours over the next few, so we're looking at the timing right around 5 p.m. or later for some additional rain to move back in. I'll show you in just a sec. Taking a look at our forecast for tonight, we're going to go down to about 40 degrees, not bad, calm winds, and with a calm wind and a slightly clearing sky. I don't think we're going to get rid of all of the clouds, but we'll get rid of a few of them. And as that happens, there could be a little bit of patchy fog overnight tonight. So we'll be dealing with that threat out there early in the morning on your St. Patrick's Day, but the afternoon is looking fantastic. We're going to give way to sunshine throughout the day, and our temperature at 1 o'clock will be in the upper 50s. Our 4 o'clock temperature will be right around 63 degrees, and our 7 p.m. at 60. So we're warming the temperatures even further for the day tomorrow. Take a look at our latest storm tracker maps. Our model data in-house here showing us that we do have that mostly cloudy sky through the rest of the day. And here's a look at the showers. This is the 6 p.m. hour, so have your umbrella during this time frame. Maybe you're heading out, maybe you are coming home from work, and you're definitely going to need your windshield wipers, I think, in spots. Those showers come right through the city here through 8 p.m., and then they're pretty much out of here overnight. We're dry, and then we're dry into early tomorrow morning, and watch what happens. The clouds give way to sunshine as the day wears on. As far as washing your car for the next few days, again, those showers will be around this afternoon, but Wednesday looks good. Thursday, more rain. It's widespread, and then there could be a few showers in the morning Friday, but if you want to wash your car in the afternoon Friday, that looks good. Here's a look at a 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. We're going to talk a little bit more about this Thursday, Friday timing of these showers. We've got a potent weather system that's going to lead to a multi-day severe weather outbreak for the south, and then that is going to influence our weather with some showers for Thursday and Friday. So I'll walk you through that timing in the next half hour. In the meantime, take a glimpse of your weekend forecast. It's looking good with lots of sunshine.
All right, thanks, Danielle. The Steelers will look a lot different this season. The key player already gone. And who else the black and gold could lose to free agency? And allergy season is just around the corner, and some symptoms are similar to COVID. How to know which illness you have. More than 50 million Americans suffer from seasonal allergies each year, and if you're one of them, you may already be feeling the effects. Reporter Mandy Gator found out what you can do now to help yourself throughout allergy season.
It's that time of year again. Spring is in the air.
literally.
Here we go with our next several months of pollen season.
Tackle your allergies early before symptoms start. Do your doctor recommended therapy about 1 to 2 weeks before pollen season, says Dr. Flavia Hoyt, an allergist at National Jewish Health.
The idea there is really to just kind of get ahead of the inflammation, not let the inflammation start up so that you're not kind of chasing your tail throughout the season.
It's especially important to protect your lungs now during the pandemic. Dr. Hoyt says allergies don't appear to put a person at higher risk for more severe COVID-19, but she says when your airways are inflamed, you're less able to clear viruses.
The lower the inflammation in the airway, the better the airway can function. And part of that functioning is really clearing anything that comes in the nose that needs to get pushed back out.
And since some allergy symptoms can overlap with those of COVID-19, Dr. Hoyt says to call your doctor if you have any questions.
If you have any concerns, any new symptoms, any symptoms that feel weird, different, more severe than normal, certainly we can help guide you through understanding, is this allergies, is this possibly COVID-19?
Doctors say it's also important to know what triggers your allergies. Minimizing your exposure to those triggers can also help.
It's a struggle to get people who want to work.
Too much of a good thing? How unemployment checks could end up hurting businesses.
You're seeing more and more storefronts closing.
And that's a problem for some local school districts. Why some say they don't need money from the last COVID relief bill. Well, some spotty showers this morning and more scattered rain this afternoon. Let's head back over to meteorologist Danielle Dozier.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a few dry hours to work with here before more rain moves in. Right now, temperatures are ranging from the upper 40s to low 50s. Right now in Pittsburgh, it's 49. It is cooler in Indiana at 46. The winds aren't too bad. They're right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're going to keep them that way out of the south throughout the day. That's going to allow the temperatures, that southerly wind, to bump the temperatures up into the lower 50s this afternoon. And I do expect a chance for at least a little more rain coming in here by that 5 o'clock hour. More so toward, I think, 6, 7, 8 p.m. That's what our model data has been showing, some scattered showers pushing back through the Pittsburgh area. And then by 8 p.m., we're quieting things down. After we get past that rain, the temperatures are going to be falling down to about 40 degrees into tomorrow morning. We do have more rain on the way. We talked a little bit about that. We've got a strong weather system that's back off to the west right now. It doesn't look like much on the radar there, but this is really going to be bringing us some widespread showers again on Thursday. So I'll have that hour-by-hour timing when I see you back in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Help is now available for renters in Allegheny County. They can apply for the county's rental assistance program, and that may be good news for people living in one apartment complex. There have been more than 100 evictions there since September. Channel 11's Serafina James went to the community to find out what's going on.
A lot of the folks who live there are, hourly workers, many of them refugees, and they have a very aggressive stance towards filing evictions.
After my conversation with Wright, I decided to head to the Alden and see for myself what the issue is. It was only a matter of minutes before I ran into a resident with a problem.
They put the notice up on the board on my door, and it said I owed them a little over $2,000, and they wanted me out.
Alden renter Mike Rittenauer faced a judge for an eviction hearing Monday morning.
Fortunately, I was able to beat them, but luckily I've got all my receipts.
But for this 6-year resident, he's had enough. Overall, do you want to stay here? What's your move?
Nope. No, this is actually the second time they've done that. The first time was about 3 years ago, and I'm not going to give them a third chance.
Before current owner Ion Management took over the 1,050 apartment unit property, the complex changed hands multiple times, even once owned by former President Trump advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner. One Alden renter tells me she's noticed the community become a revolving door for both management and residents.
I do know that we do have the highest eviction rate, which is crazy in the middle of a pandemic. It's, people are already in unfortunate predicaments. They don't need to be put out in the streets either.
I reached out to Ion Management's president, who tells me right now there's over $500,000 in back rent that's owed. And the latest eviction numbers reflect residents that ignored the property's management warnings, calls, and emails.
Really, we had no other recourse than to basically bring it to a head by going to court.
Flagler tells me they're currently offering help to residents with back rent, like payment plans and 30% rent forgiveness. And as of Monday, Allegheny County began accepting applications for their emergency rental assistance program. That's on track to distribute nearly $80 million in federal funding to those that need help staying in their homes. Flagler is hopeful that the program will provide some much-needed relief to Ion Management and those that call the Alden home.
We don't want to get rid of people. We don't want a mass exodus. So this is terrific.
In Allegheny County, Serafina James, Channel 11 News.
The new COVID relief bill is designed to help schools, but a recent study found school districts in Pennsylvania are surprisingly not hurting financially. A policy analysis director for the Commonwealth Foundation says a majority of districts across the state are doing well. But schools are pushing back on that. Gateway School Board president says the district had to cut $3 million from its budget.
Monroeville, especially for our district, we get a lot of our money from the businesses. And, every day that we're in the pandemic and have these restrictions is another day of wondering, will that business be around tomorrow?
Brian Gottman says there are long-term concerns about the tax base that could make pandemic relief essential. Now that more people will be allowed in restaurants in a couple of weeks, restaurants are hiring, and this bar and grill in Lawrenceville has been advertising for a variety of positions. The co-owner says they're seeing a consistent theme, though, among the people who are interested in the jobs.
They want to come in and interview, but they want to know if they can get paid under the table because they want to still receive their unemployment. So it is a struggle to get people who want to work.
She says she's doing everything she can to recruit new workers, including raising the pay. This week, House lawmakers could vote on a bill to protect women from domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. Our Jacqueline Fell explains why this women's rights bill is getting caught up in the topic of gun control.
Law enforcement says domestic violence has risen during the coronavirus pandemic. The Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, had been law since 1994, but it expired 3 years ago because of Republican opposition. Today, the House Rules Committee is debating the bill. Democratic leaders say it could be voted on the House floor this week. The bill directs federal grants to help victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking while trying to reduce those crimes. The legislation has been held up in political gridlock because of what's being called the boyfriend loophole. Supporters say closing it would prevent people convicted of stalking or abusing someone they're dating from buying guns. The law currently only applies to spouses or formerly married partners. GOP lawmakers are pushing back, arguing the bill would restrict gun rights. Research has found an average of 3 women are killed by a current or former lover every single day. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
Britain's Prince Philip is out of the hospital. The 99-year-old husband of Queen Elizabeth had been in the hospital for a month. He was treated for an infection and had a heart procedure. Philip's illness is not believed to be related to COVID. It's a huge week in the NFL. Free agency begins at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and it looks like the dominoes are starting to fall with the Steelers' free agents. Bud Dupree is going to sign with the Tennessee Titans, according to a report by the NFL Network. $16.5 million a year, $85 million over 5 years. Other free agents on the defensive side of the ball include Avery Williamson and Tyson Ala'u and Mike Hilton. The Steelers are holding on to Cam Sutton, re-signing him for 2 years and $9 million. Juju Smith-Schuster is the biggest name of the Steelers' free agents on offense. He told teammates that he's likely leaving town. James Conner, Zach Banner, Alejandro Villanueva, and Matt Filer also are on the list. Millions of pounds of food given out in the last year, and the struggle isn't over. Just how big of an impact the Pittsburgh Food Bank has had on your neighbors. And keeping ghost guns out of the hands of criminals, the new push to stop the sale. No more ghost guns. That's the word from Attorney General Josh Shapiro. He's trying to make it harder for criminals to get their hands on 80% receivers. That's basically a do-it-yourself gun assembly kit. Eagle Arms Productions, the largest gun show promoter in the state, agreed to stop selling them. And Shapiro says the kits are sold without a background check and are becoming increasingly popular among criminals. Any picture or video that you post online can be altered. The warning from tech experts after a mom was charged in a cyberbullying case out of Bucks County. We told you a little bit about this yesterday. Rafaela Spohn is accused of manipulating images of girls on her daughter's cheerleading squad in hopes that they would get in trouble and quit. The DA says Spohn used existing images from the victims' social media accounts and made it look like they were naked, drinking, and smoking.
Social media is ever present, it's universal now, but anybody can be made a victim with the click of a button.
Detectives say Spohn used apps and programs to conceal her cell phone number that she used to send manipulated images and videos.
Well, still to come, that timing of the rain that is headed our way off of a powerful weather system that's moving across the country.
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay.
After singing outside his wife's nursing home window, this couple can finally sing duets again. The emotional reunion coming up.
Hey, honey, it's John. Hi. It's John. Oh, you're smiling. I can tell you're smiling.
An Alabama man is seeing his wife face to face for the first time in a year. The nursing home where she lives just started to allow in-person visits again. Before now, John Klein has been standing outside his wife's screen window singing to her, and he didn't miss a day over the past year.
Hey, honey, it's John. Hi. It's John. Oh, you're smiling. I can tell you're smiling.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Wasn't she was happy. They say she remained pretty happy around here, all the caregivers, and I kept in touch with them best I could. And they told me, you know, she was happy. She was doing well. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. You sing it. And in my heart, down in my heart, I've got the joy, 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 down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Well, it's exciting because some songs she still remembers, and if I let her go on her own, she'll put new words into it, but they're not totally without meaning. If we do the Lord's Prayer, sometimes she can do it all the way through, but sometimes she'll change some words. I'm so excited. We had not missed a day with the window visits and FaceTime, but this is so much better. And we get to touch, and I love her so much, and I can hardly wait till this whole thing's over. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. You know.
I love you, Ann. I love you, Ann.
I love you, Jim.
That's pretty special. During their year apart, John says he got a little down, but never depressed. He always knew he would see his wife again. A year ago today, the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank held its first food giveaway in response to the pandemic, and since then it's given out 55.2 million pounds of food. But the need is still there, and here's proof. 370,000 people in our area have low food security. The food bank says that's a 42% increase over the previous year, and when the pandemic hit, people needed food immediately.
We started to have almost 100 people come to our warehouse facility here in Duquesne in need of food. We received hundreds of phone calls a day from people who were recently unemployed and in desperate need of food.
As the need continues, so does the work of the food bank. They gave out nourishment to 400 households just yesterday. If you'd like to help your neighbors, 11 Cares is partnering with the food bank. We're hosting a food drive, and to donate, all you have to do is go to WPXI.com. Look under the 11 Cares section for the logo, and you can check us out and check out that event, I should say, on Facebook.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
If you want to head out and do a little exercising later on today, maybe you want to go for a bike ride. The temperatures are going to be hovering in the lower 50s this afternoon, and we're already at 49, just to put it in perspective for you there. Mostly cloudy. There are some breaks in the clouds, so if you're one of the lucky ones to see some sunshine, that'll be good for you. I do expect a chance for a few showers once again by late afternoon, so mainly after 5. Some of our data has been showing about 6, 7, even 8 o'clock, seeing a few showers here in Pittsburgh, so we'll keep you posted on how the radar unfolds. Meanwhile, overnight tonight, temperatures are going to be falling to the upper 30s and low 40s with about 40 degrees here in the city. And I do expect a little bit of patchy fog. Here's a look at 6 a.m. and you can see our fog tracker is showing some fog, less dense fog, which show up in gray here on the map. But there could be some areas that pick up on some more dense fog, maybe out to the east. That will limit your visibility for your morning commute. So if you do run into that, just make sure you have your low beams on. Once the fog lifts or the clouds go away, that's what we're expecting. We're going to have that sunshine in here in the afternoon on your St. Patrick's Day. So that temperature is looking good. I don't know about you, but I'm loving that 63-degree high temperature for the day after a chilly start at 40. So you'll need the jackets early, but in the afternoon it's looking pleasant, and we'll have that partly sunny sky. These temperatures pushing about 10 to 15 degrees above average. Storm tracker shows for the rest of the day today, again, mostly cloudy, a few breaks in the clouds, but we do bring in that chance for a few showers here by late afternoon and into the early evening. There's 7 to 8 p.m. Even a little pocket of moderate rain showing up. That's out of here, and then we're dry overnight. Dry into tomorrow morning with the patchy fog chance, and then any fog that's out there will lift as the day wears on, giving way to beautiful sunshine during the afternoon. We have more showers on the way Thursday. We have a pretty strong low pressure system that's going to be taking shape. Right now it's out here in the desert southwest, but by Wednesday morning it's out here in the southern plains. And watch what happens. I'll step out of the way here. This low is going to be coming across the country and then eventually bringing us all of this rain as we head into Thursday and into early Friday, where we could have some spots picking up 1.5 inches of rain. So that's Thursday for us. In the meantime, as that weather system moves across the country, if you have any relatives that live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, in here to the deep south, we have a multi-day severe weather risk. So I wanted just to call your attention to that. Again, any family and friends that live here throughout Arkansas down into the south, we do have that risk of numerous widespread severe storms, which actually will include a threat for some strong tornadoes. So make a call, let them know. 5-day forecast here. Back at home, we have 54 degrees on Thursday, showers, and then those are going to be widespread, clearing out early Friday morning for us. 45 on Friday. Once we kick out the rain, everyone, looking at a fantastic weekend. Lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is the cooler of the two at 52. It'll be a cold start to Sunday morning at freezing, but Sunday afternoon's looking fantastic with that high temperature up to 60.
Hey guys, have you ever noticed that when we're all spending more time at home, there's a lot more cleaning to do, right? You're like, who in the world snuck in this house and messed it up again? I just cleaned it. This is going to be two of the best friends you ever had, two fabulous vacuum cleaners from Caloric. Now, Caloric is a Belgian company, so they've been around for 90 years. They have amazing quality. These two vacuums are going to be amazing. Number one, I love the robot vacuum. This little vacuum vacuums for you while you sit on the couch. Literally, or hey, I'm gonna go out for a walk and the robot vacuum is gonna vacuum my house for me. It has a fall sensor so it won't fall off a step or anything. It actually has 4 different modes. It's remote control, it's bagless. It has these great brushes on it so it gets in the corners with little dust bunnies and the pet hair and all that kind of good stuff. So I love that robot vac. And P.S. and by the way, wait till you see the value on that because that's gonna make it even better. Then, if you're anything like me and you're saying, wait a minute, I swear, I just vacuumed that. Why do I have to go vacuum that again? I vacuumed that like 5 times today. And now you're realizing, wow, my vacuum's heavy, my vacuum's awkward, my vacuum's a pain. This is like the super ninja of handheld vacuum cleaners. It's lightweight, it's powerful, it has a couple different speeds, has great attachments. You can even use it as a stick vac on the floor, and it is going to be a lifesaver because even if you have pets and you have kids and you're vacuuming the same thing 5 different times in a day, which I found I'm doing sometimes, this is so lightweight, it's gonna make your life so much easier. And it's not really super loud. Listen to this. It actually kind of sounds like a jet plane. So this is going to be one of the vacuums. This is going to be the other vacuum right now on localsteels.com. They're 25 to 30% off. It is the next best thing to having someone clean your house for you. And I guarantee you're going to be on the couch loving your life.
Supply chain problems are delaying the opening of Irwin's new pavilion. According to the Trib, the Lamp Theater Corporation is waiting on stainless steel. Work began last fall. Leaders are hoping to have it finished by April 15th. There's an art installation in the works for the Friendship neighborhood, and they need your skills. They want to paint the street at the intersection near Baum Grove Parklet off Baum Boulevard. It's what's called asphalt art. In addition to making the area more vibrant, the Friendship Community Group is working with the city to improve street safety with pedestrian plazas and curb extensions. This squirrel is just one of the animals being cared for at the Humane Animal Rescue Pittsburgh. And every spring, the shelter takes in hundreds of baby wildlife. Some are hurt, others are abandoned. To get ready, they're holding a wildlife baby shower to stock up on supplies. Details on how to donate can be found on the WPXI News app. The baby shower will be held next month. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.